But let me start with this question. Are you saving enough money for a possible emergency? But before you answer that, listen to this. According to research by FNB, less than 6% of its middle-income clients have enough savings on hand. And the research tracked those who earn between 15,000 Rand and 42,000 Rand a month. It found that those with low or no savings tend to be spending more on alcohol, travel or even holiday accommodation. But FNB Retail Money Management CEO, that's Ms. Doret Jooste, joins me now for more on this story. And thank you so much, Doret, for your time, but particularly waking up in the morning, because I can imagine it's still, in the 6 a.m. hour to have this conversation. But thanks for that. Let's start with this, because when I saw the report and it said that at least 6% or even less have emergency funds and are savings, sure, that was quite a shocker, because I think with our economy, we do need our emergency funds. We need our savings. But what is this research telling you about spending behavior at this time?
So I think, a very, very important question. When we looked at this middle income clients, we even looked and compared clients with different levels of savings, but exactly the same range of income. So, for example, we looked at clients with about 8,000 Rand of income and those with high savings versus none. And you see that some of the everyday decisions are impacting people's ability to save. So we see those guys with low savings tend to do more discretionary types savings, like you mentioned, restaurants, holidays, travel, and they also tend to have higher debt. So all of these decisions actually impact those individuals' ability to save, whereas the guys that are actually saving well tend to display more of saving and less of spending behavior. So I think important insight into, some of the decisions I think sometimes we take for granted. We think long term, it's just for now and I'll sort out my spending later. It adds up, and that actually impacts these clients to be resilient in tough times, like much of what we are facing now.
Absolutely. And that brings me to my next question, because in my intro, I did mention that at least less than 6% of the middle-income clients from FNB have enough savings on hand. How much is enough? Because I'd like to think that finances are quite relative. 50 Rand might be not much for some, but it could be a lot for someone else.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, important here when we talk about emergency savings, what we're doing is we're comparing the amount of savings individuals have relative to their take-home pay. So here we want to say, ideally, you need to have 3 months worth of savings so that if you don't get an income for 3 months, you can actually survive and make sure you cover your base expenses. But for a lot of people, 3 months sounds like, climbing Kilimanjaro. So I think ideally to start, even if you target half a month or 1 month, just get that starting point for you and work slowly towards that. And you mentioned the 50 Rand or the 100 Rand. I think many times we think, okay, when I need to start saving, at least 500 Rand a month or 1,000 Rand a month. You don't need to start with big amounts. So even if you can put that 50 Rand away or shave up that 100 Rand of spending every month, start putting it away, and you will see slowly you start reaching that target of half a month's salary or 1 month's salary.
Absolutely. And I think that's sound advice, Doret, because at times there's a perception that saving is only for the rich and wealthy, but with whatever you can, wherever you are, you can start saving. Thank you so much. We'll leave it there. Doret Jooste from FNB Retail Money Management CEO, joining us there regarding spending and saving habits.